Welcome, family, to Major TV News, where we like to go in depth. We like information, and we want to give a wide range, a varied range of information that people that think for themselves can use. Now, sometimes they want to talk about what you call conspiracy theories, but we're finding out that if you investigate a little longer, that these conspiracy theories aren't always conspiracy theories, but once you keep washing them out, we find out more facts. So because I'm looking at some of the lawsuits that have been brought on by the teachers, some by the nurses, one in Hawaii, where a gentleman that's an attorney representing 1,200 workers, firemen and police and lifeguards, he made a really outrageous claim about the deaths after they got the juice. So I Googled that. Then it said that was a conspiracy theory, right? 45,000? Google it. They tell you it's conspiracy theory. So then I'm looking at this military site, right? Well, there's a little bit more information there. Let me hand it to you and see what you think. I'm going to pass it to you, get it, a baton to you. Tell me what you think.
Tonight, a new study on the COVID-19 vaccines found more cases of heart inflammation than expected among members of our U.S. military. It is raising questions about the role of exercise. Our ABC 10 News anchor Derek Stahl is going in depth to explain why experts say the vaccine's benefits still greatly outweigh the risks.
From January through the end of April, the military administered 2.8 million doses of the vaccines from Pfizer and Moderna. A new study describes how 23 service members later developed chest pain and sought medical attention. Tests showed it was myocarditis.
Myocarditis is an inflammation of the heart muscle. And typically, this is seen in response to an infection.
Dr. Christian Ramers is with Family Health Centers of San Diego.
There's like 15 or 20 common offenders. Things like chickenpox can do it. Things like enteroviruses that cause infections in kids can do it.
Last week, the CDC said there was a likely link between a few hundred cases of heart inflammation and the vaccines. And the military study adds more evidence. They found all 23 cases were in men. All happened within 4 days of vaccination, and most happened after the second dose. When the researchers broke down the numbers after the second dose, they say they'd expect to find between 0 and 8 cases of myocarditis from other causes. Instead, they found 19.
The majority of people will not only get better, but they'll get better very quickly.
UCSF's Dr. Peter Chinhong says the condition often involves sharp chest pain or shortness of breath at first, but it usually resolves fast, a lot of times without treatment. Most of the military cases had no symptoms within a week. Doctors aren't sure why the condition is more common in boys and young men, but the cases in healthy, fit military members are renewing questions about the role of exercise.
People who develop myocarditis are told to avoid vigorous exercise for 3 to 6 months so the heart has time to heal. But some doctors are beginning to wonder if exercise just after vaccination could have an impact.
I think that raises a very important question is, do we recommend that people in this age range not exercise after they get the vaccine? I think it's an important question because there is data that if someone is experiencing myocarditis, they should not exercise because it can make it worse.
Why it's happening is still a mystery, but other studies have found nearly 1% of college and pro athletes infected with COVID developed this heart inflammation. That means infection poses a much higher risk of heart problems than vaccination.
If you want to get a risk, it's about anywhere in the order of 8 to 12 per million, which is a similar risk to drowning while swimming.
The military researchers say their study should not diminish overall confidence in vaccination. They say the risk of heart inflammation is low, it's typically not serious, and the vaccine's benefits are much greater. Derek Stahl, ABC 10 News.
The Defense Department says that 68% of active duty personnel have now gotten at least one dose of the vaccine, but the rates vary greatly among branches. The Navy has the highest vaccination rate at 77%. The Marine Corps has the lowest at 58%.
Well, that lets us know a little bit. It gives us some information. Now, we know that the Navy needs to have more vaccination because they're on those ships. And we saw what happened with those ships. That infection rate went crazy. Remember the man got fired? He was a captain from that ship. He got fired for even reporting it, that they had so much infection on the ships. Again, how many black military members are in there? We didn't hear a thing about a racial breakdown. But we do know that in athletics, we have a higher percentage of sportsmen and athletes. So that means that we do more exercising and that our men and our women are more athletic. So they're telling you, if you do take this vaccine, don't exercise after it. Especially don't exercise the first week or so. Y'all look into this. You need to look into this on your own. I'm no expert. But you can't put the two and two together. We have a large African American community in the military. So, check it out for yourself. Get those military reports. They'll be more accurate than what you get here on the news, just on the regular news. The military does have information. Seek that information. We have a lack of knowledge. So, make sure you like and you share and you investigate. We have the freedom to investigate. So let's do that, huh? Thank you. It's Caligriot for Major TV News.